Europe's top 5 medieval marvels. Ever wanted to step into a real-life fairy tale? What if I told you there are places in Europe where you can walk through time, where knights once roamed, where ancient stone walls whisper secrets, and where history isn't just told, it's felt? Buckle up because we're about to dive into the top 5 most breathtaking medieval places in Europe. Carcassonne, France, a medieval time capsule. Picture this. An entire city wrapped in medieval walls with 52 towers standing tall like sentinels of time. Welcome to Carcassonne, the best preserved medieval fortress in Europe. This place isn't just old, it's 1,000 years of history packed into one fairy tale town. We're talking double walls, a moat, and enough towers to make a king feel safe. And get this, you can actually walk those walls. Imagine the stories those stones could tell. Knights battling, kings plotting, and ordinary folks just trying to get by. But here's the thing about Carcassonne. It's not some stuffy museum piece. People actually live here. Can you imagine raising your kids surrounded by that kind of history? Talk about an education. Now, I always say, the best way to experience a place is to slow down, and Carcassonne is no exception. Wandering through its cobbled alleys, you can almost hear the clash of swords and the shouts of knights preparing for battle. Duck into a cafe, grab a coffee, and just soak it all in. And if you're lucky enough to be there during the annual Siege of Carcassonne festival, you're in for a real treat. They recreate a medieval siege with all the trimmings, costumes, weapons, the works. It's like stepping right back into the Middle Ages. But here's the kicker. You don't just visit Carcassonne, you live it. Stay overnight within the walls, maybe in a cozy bed and breakfast, and imagine what life was like centuries ago. In the evening, find a restaurant tucked away in a corner of the citadel and savor the local cuisine. The food here is as rich and flavorful as the history, with hearty stews and local wines that'll warm you right up. Carcassonne is more than just a pretty face, it's a living, breathing testament to a time gone by. So next time you're planning a trip to France, put Carcassonne on your list. Český Krumlov, Czech Republic fairy tale charm. Okay folks, get ready to be enchanted because we're heading to a town that looks like it jumped straight out of a storybook. This is Český Krumlov, aka the most charming medieval town in Central Europe. Nestled in a bend of the Vltava River, this town is a photographer's dream. We're talking cobblestone streets, colorful buildings with those charming red-tiled roofs, and a castle that towers over it all. Seriously, you'll want to have your camera charged for this one. This town looks like it was plucked straight out of a Brothers Grimm fairy tale. And the best part is, it's not overrun with tourists like some other medieval towns. You can really wander at your own pace and soak up the atmosphere. Speaking of wandering, the best way to experience Český Krumlov, get lost. Seriously, ditch the map and just let those tiny winding streets lead you on an adventure. You never know what hidden gem you might stumble upon. You might find yourself in a secret garden tucked away behind a stone wall, or maybe you'll discover a centuries-old tavern where you can grab a pint and imagine the stories those walls could tell. And don't forget to visit the castle. It's the second largest castle complex in the Czech Republic, and it's absolutely stunning. Explore the courtyards, climb the towers for breathtaking views, and just imagine the royal parties that must have gone down here. Now if you're lucky enough to visit in winter when snow dusts the rooftops and the air is crisp and cold, absolute magic. Český Krumlov transforms into a winter wonderland that'll have you believing in fairy tales. So there you have it, Český Krumlov, a town that's as charming as it is historic. If you're looking for a taste of the real Europe, this is it. Chapter 3. Mont Saint-Michel, France Island Abbey of Wonder. Alright, adventurers, buckle up because we're heading to a place so magical, so surreal that it'll leave you breathless. Imagine a medieval abbey so extraordinary it looks like it's floating on water. Well, meet Mont Saint-Michel, the real-life Hogwarts of France. Seriously folks, pictures don't do this place justice. This island commune rises dramatically from the tidal flats off the coast of Normandy, crowned by a magnificent abbey that seems to pierce the sky. It's a sight that'll stop you in your tracks. This place has been a place of worship and wonder for over 1,300 years. Can you imagine the pilgrims who made their way here? The monks who dedicated their lives to this sacred place? You can practically feel the history echoing through the stones. Visiting here feels like stepping into another realm. As you cross the causeway and enter through the ancient gates, you leave the modern world behind. It's like taking a time machine back to the Middle Ages. You can wander the narrow cobblestone streets, explore the ramparts, and climb the abbey's spire for jaw-dropping views of the surrounding bay. And keep an eye out for the famous Mont Saint-Michel sheep. They graze on the salt marshes and their meat is supposed to be delicious. But heads up, Mont Saint-Michel has one of the most dramatic tides in the world. One minute you're walking on sand, the next, the sea rushes in, transforming it into an island. It's a sight to behold, but make sure you check the tide time so you don't get caught out. Now here's a tip. Try to spend the night on the island. Once the day trippers leave, a sense of peace descends, and you can truly experience the magic of Mont Saint-Michel. Imagine watching the sun rise over the abbey, casting a golden glow on the water. Whether you're a history buff, a spiritual seeker, or just someone who appreciates breathtaking beauty, Mont Saint-Michel is a must-see. Chapter 4. The Alhambra, Spain, a Moorish masterpiece. Hola from Spain, adventurers. Now, so far we've explored medieval castles and abbeys, but get ready for something truly unique. Alright, imagine medieval Europe, but with a twist. Think Moors, sultans, and breathtaking Islamic architecture. That's exactly what you'll find at the Alhambra in Granada, Spain. Perched high above the city, this fortress palace is like a mirage shimmering in the Andalusian sun. It's a testament to the artistry and ingenuity of the Moors, who ruled this part of Spain for centuries. Built in the 13th century, this fortress palace is a masterpiece of art and science. Seriously, folks, every detail, from the intricate tile work to the serene courtyards, was designed to inspire awe and wonder. As you wander through the Alhambra's palaces, mosques, and gardens, you'll be transported to a world of beauty and tranquility. The sound of water is everywhere, flowing through fountains and reflecting pools, creating a sense of peace and serenity. Every arch, every tile, every pool was designed for perfect harmony. It's like stepping into a living, breathing work of art. You can practically feel the presence of the sultans and courtiers who once graced these halls. Make sure you visit the Court of the Lions, with its famous fountain surrounded by 12 marble lions. Legend has it that if the fountain ever runs dry, the Alhambra will crumble. Better drink some water just in case. The Alhambra is a feast for the senses, a place where history, art, and nature collide in perfect harmony. So when you're planning your next trip to Spain, make sure you put the Alhambra at the top of your list. It's an experience you won't soon forget. Chapter 5. Edinburgh Castle, Scotland, stronghold of Scottish pride. Well, travelers, we've explored medieval marvels from France to Spain, but our final stop takes us to the rugged and beautiful land of Scotland. And trust me, this one's a doozy. At the top of our list is a fortress so legendary, it has survived 26 sieges, more than any other castle in the world. Say hello to Edinburgh Castle, the ultimate stronghold of Scottish history, perched atop an extinct volcano overlooking the city of Edinburgh. This castle is the very definition of imposing. You can see it from miles around, a constant reminder of Scotland's turbulent past. This place is the soul of Scotland. It's where kings ruled, battles were fought, and even where ghosts still linger. Yep, it's one of the most haunted castles in Europe. As you explore its ramparts, dungeons, and grand halls, you'll be walking in the footsteps of kings, queens, soldiers, and prisoners. You can practically hear the clash of swords, the roar of cannons, and the whispers of secrets long forgotten. Don't miss the Scottish crown jewels, locked away within the castle walls. These are some of the oldest crown jewels in Britain, and they're a sight to behold. Just try to resist the urge to try them on. And while you're there, make sure you check out the Stone of Destiny, also known as the Stone of Scone. This legendary stone was used for centuries in the coronation of Scottish monarchs, and it's a powerful symbol of Scottish identity. And don't even think about missing the 1 o'clock gun when a cannon fires every day, just like it has for over 150 years. It's a tradition that dates back to the days when ships used the blast to set their clocks. But Edinburgh Castle is more than just a collection of old stones and spooky tales. It's a living, breathing symbol of Scottish pride, a place that embodies the spirit of this proud and resilient nation. There you have it, the most jaw-dropping medieval places in Europe. But trust me, we've barely scratched the surface. So, which of these would you visit first? Or did we miss your favorite medieval gem? Drop a comment below and let's keep the adventure going. And if you haven't subscribed yet, why not? Hit that button and let's explore more of the world's wonders together. Until next time, happy travels.